Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I am back with another speed build video. I hope you're all having an amazing day, whatever you're up to. Now I know I've been bringing a lot of these speed builds to my channel, but I really enjoy building in The Sims 4 and you guys seem to really enjoy watching them, so it's a win-win really. And loads of people are making challenges recently, house building challenges and whatnot. I did the 8 Sim starter home, I did my own 10-minute one, and this one is made by xSimSugar, and it is a challenge that you have to build a house no wider than 3 squares. So as you can see, three squares when you've got the grid up. It can be as long as you like. So if you want to do like a shipping container build or something like that, then go ahead. But I wanted to make mine a little bit different. So I have stuck to the 3 wide rule, but I've made it a sort of T-shape, as you can see here. So from the front of the house it looks like an L-shaped house, however from the back you can see your very own pool is tucked away. The beauty of this challenge is there is no budget and there is no time limit, so you can really take your time and not be stressing about how much it's costing and you know how much time you have. So it was a really good challenge to do because trying to fit things in like a 3 wide, oh my goodness, it's tough. It is tough. Luckily it is The Sims 4 and Sims can navigate around items a lot better. If this was The Sims 3 it would never work. never in a million years. We wouldn't be able to get into bed unless you had single beds everywhere and yada yada, but I digress. So this is the house and it's starting to take shape now. So I wanted to go with a sort of white and blue theme, but looking at that although I did select blue, that looks more green from this direction, but I definitely did pick blue. I know I've got a green obsession, but I definitely did pick blue. So here I am trying to figure out windows. Windows are always my kryptonite. I always struggle. Like I've said in the last ones, I either do too little or too many. So I'm just placing the windows. While I'm doing the windows, I'll just tell you about a little thing that I'm going to be starting soon. As you guys know, I have a lovely husband called Christopher, and I just call him Chris, not Christopher. That's his mum calls him that if he's in trouble. So what was I going to say? Yeah, so we decided that we're going to have a series of sorts, like a couple of videos where he'll build a house and I'll be with him. So it'll be him and I sitting there and he'll attempt to build a house. He's never built a house in The Sims 4. He tampered about with The Sims 3 a little bit, but we got bored quite quickly, to be honest. But we thought it'd be quite funny if we could see what he could do and I would be here helping him along the way. So that will be coming out. For the back, now back to the windows. For the back of the house, I wanted it to be very light, and from the sort of L shape I wanted to be able to see the pool and things like that, because obviously it's a tight cramped space, so you want to make it feel as light and as airy as possible, and the best way to do that is to have outside space and large windows looking out onto that outside space. So that is where we are. As you've seen, there is a second layer upstairs, a second floor. I could have made a basement actually, I could have done that, but and we also have a little balcony part as well. So this is me just divvying up the rooms now. I wanted to try and challenge myself to get 2 bedrooms, but I didn't want to have people traipsing through other people's bedrooms to get to their bedrooms. So this is kind of what I've done. So one of the bedrooms is really quite long and thin. Now what I will have at the end of this is I'll have a video where I give you a proper house tour. So obviously you'll see it just now and you'll see me build it and add the bits in, but rather than screenshots I just take you through it and say ta-da. This is it all done. But yeah, it definitely is a challenge. I think Spring Sims was quite clever with this challenge because it's not so much the building itself, it's trying to make it look pretty as well, because sometimes when I tried, I thought I would build like one long container thing, and it just, I don't know, it just wasn't doing it for me really. So that's why I settled on this sort of T-shape one. So just playing about with different textures on the front, and I think I end up going with kind of wood, but I do lighten it up. As you can see, I end up as well doing a curved roof, and I'm not 100% sure whether I should have done that. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below whether you like the curved roofs or whether you don't. So this is me. I'm just adding in the white flooring and just trying to just add in the tiles into the 3 bathrooms and carpeting upstairs. For the wallpaper, I didn't want to do anything with a pattern because, like I say, it is a small space. So to me, if you've got a small space and you're putting a big bold pattern, it can shrink the room. I don't really know if that's accurate, but that's how I feel. I don't know if that's like a design thing, but that's how I feel. I feel that if you have a small space, like before we moved here, we lived in a fairly small apartment. We lived in what we would call a flat. It was like a 1-bedroom flat. Our living room and our kitchen was open plan, and it wasn't a big space at all. Now we are in a bigger house, which is great, but when I lived in the flat or the apartment, I just made sure that my walls were very light and bright and airy, and everything was creams and whites and just nothing dark in any way when you have a small space. And that's kind of what I do here, but I do end up putting some dark furniture in here, but I think it works for this build because, you know, it's not real life. So I was trying to figure out what I could put in this space because I felt like it needed something. It needed something a little bit more special. So I'm playing about with my favourite potted plant trick, and here I am just doing some landscaping. I do cut out a lot of this because this video is quite long, so it does start to get choppy in a little second while I place the different trees and things, because that's another thing I've been practicing with The Sims 4 is trying to make sure that I do the landscaping so I don't just have a house and then put nothing round about it. So this is me just working on this and putting the hydrangeas in, because who doesn't like a hydrangea? As you can see, I've done a kind of rockery at the side there, and just dotting around these flowers, and of course adding your dirt and things. That's important. Always remember to add your little touches of dirt. Now I'm on to the decoration of the house, and initially I was going to put the kitchen down this end that I'm working on just now, so that when they're eating they could have a look out onto the pool and things like that. But I quickly changed my mind because I also wanted to have a galley kitchen. So if you don't know what a galley is, it's units on both sides and you work within the middle, and I realised that I didn't want to have any units against the glass, so therefore we decided, were you there? I decided that we would move the kitchen down to the other side. So that was just me moving the windows up to make it a bit nicer. I went for a glass table again just for space, and I went for white units with like that black top. And I didn't put too much. I didn't want to put things up on the wall for, you know, units up on the wall. I didn't want to make it any, you know, small or cramped in. So put some windows in, and then the all-important fire alarm, because we know what our Sims are like, don't we? Yes, we do. So putting in that teapot thing, I quite like that. I do quite like that. And then I'm just putting in all the knicker-knacks, like the fruit bowl and things like that. You know, I love my clutter. Give me a clutter stuff pack and I'll be happy. Part of me, see, this is what happens. I love custom content. And I look at custom content clothes and hairs, and I download them and I use them, but I never ever do it for furniture or things like that. But I look at it and I think, oh, I would love to, but I've had problems before with custom content furniture, and I just don't really want to risk it. Anyway, so I'm putting a knife and fork, a fork and spoon, oh my goodness, I'm putting that up in the wall. Basically that reminds me of Everybody Loves Raymond. I don't know if you've ever seen that TV show, but his mum, Marie, had a fork and a spoon, a big fork and a big spoon up in the wall, and that just reminded me of it, and I love that show so much. It's not on anymore, but it used to be on, and I love it, and I still have DVDs. So I wanted to put a runner in the length of the kitchen, but I couldn't really figure out what I wanted, as you can see, because I try about 40 different ones, and eventually I settle on that kind of crissy-cross pattern. And then I put in lights. Again, I'm going to complain about the lights. I like the light that comes off that one light. That's the best light in the game, and it's ugly. It's not attractive at all. So yeah, that's my gripe. I'm on about that light every single time, but I just want a pretty light. Why can't I get a pretty light, guys? So I'm just moving the windows up, as you can see. I think I eventually move them back down again because of how the roof goes, but that's the kitchen coming together now, and I just put in some curtains. I didn't hang them over the cooker or the sink. And I was initially going to put some more windows there, so when you turned, you know, once you came into the house and turned, you would see out again, and put a mirror, but I changed my mind and I take them away. I really, really like the mirror. Now, what confuses me is it's not in the mirror section. It's in the painting section. Is it in the mirror section? Okay, never mind. No, I don't think it is. Anyway, I put the 3 of them together and I thought it looked quite nice. And what I decided to do is put like a console table here. So just the smaller table, and that's my favourite one. I think it's quite cute. I wasn't going to do that one because I feel like I've done it a lot, but then I go back to it because I like it. Isn't that always the way you end up doing things that you like? So that is me just picking out a lamp for it. And then what I will probably do in game is, if I had this house, is put some like pictures, photographs that I've taken up in the house. But I kind of like it because it broke up that kind of hallway bit between the kitchen and the sort of living area. Using this couch. Now this couch I never ever used because it didn't look that nice in the thumbnail until I seen Sims Life use it. That's Live Laugh Sims Life. She used it in one of her builds and I thought, that is gorgeous. I've never really noticed how nice that is before. So I'm just popping that in and then putting a wee table in the corner. And I've used black table to pick up on the black that's on the actual couches. So I think that goes quite nice. Put some plants and a candle. And then trying for the artwork, which I do in a second. So I wanted something fairly long, the sort of length of the couch. That's what I was kind of looking for. And that's what we settle on. Now, initially, like I said, I'd wanted to have those windows. But then I thought, right, I don't have enough room to put the television on the floor. So the only thing really for it is to delete the windows. So that's what I've done. But I've left one of the windows at the corner so you can still see if you like, and you've still got the windows behind. So I don't think it works out too bad. And there's me having a cheeky save because it's The Sims. Putting a bookshelf up on the wall as well, just trying to keep as much off the floor as possible, and then using that aluminium. I don't even know what that is. I think it's just a wall decoration, but I like it. And I think it goes quite nice under the TV. And then I add in a Fancy Nancy bookshelf and I make it the same colour as the like the console table. So now we are moving on to this bathroom. I had an absolute nightmare with. I was like, oh my god, how can I get a sink in here? I managed to get the toilet in, no bother. And then I managed to get the shower in. And then with trying to get everything in, I'm like, oh, I don't know. But eventually I do it. And like I say, I've play tested it, so I know it definitely does work. And then I do put in the blind because, you know, if you're peeing, you don't want your neighbours having a peep show. You know, we've all got that neighbour. We've all got that pervy neighbour. Neighbour? Yeah, we've got a neighbour, Laura. We've all got that pervy person in the neighbourhood that you keep your children away from. Then I'm working on the bathroom upstairs. I did really think that this bathroom was too small for a full bathroom. So it ends up becoming a half bathroom. So just like a toilet and a shower. A toilet and a sink. But that's okay because we've got obviously the master one and we have the one downstairs as well. I don't know why it keeps cutting out black in between the clips because the clips are all together, so my apologies. So it's me just working on that. It ends up being a adult and a kid's house, like just an adult and one kid. I don't think you would be able to fit any more in here unless you put a basement in. I mean, a basement's always an option, or if we eventually get bunk beds, how good would that be, guys? Bunk beds. I would like bunk beds. If we eventually get bunk beds, then you could definitely have more than one kid in here. And like I say, eventually I do give them a bit more room by taking away some of the balcony. And that works quite well as well. And I wanted to give the person, whoever it is, moving in here, a desk. So I go ahead and do that because there's not a desk space anywhere else. So I can pretty much tell that Mummy and Daddy will be in here using the computer as well. But just wanted to make that, give them an area for that. So again, here we go with the great bed debate. I almost always go for that, not that one, that one. And I thought, no, Laurie, you always do that one. So I go ahead and try and do different ones. And I need new beds. I desperately need new beds, and I do like the beds though, but I do end up going for that bed as always, but I use a different like quilt cover or sheets that I would normally do. And then I want to get a dresser in so that they could get changed, so I've popped it at the end of the bed, and I mean, it's not perfect in any manner of means, but I thought I'll set a light on it, set the candles on it, and hope that it looks like part of the bed. So that's what I've done. And I like how this house has turned out. I'm glad that I managed to get 2 bedrooms out it. I'm pleased about that, and I like the fact that we've got the kind of L shape. It's a bit more interesting, I think. But if you do decide to do it, obviously it's not my challenge, it's Spring Sims challenge, but I always love to see any builds that people do. I know a lot of people have kind of let me see their 8-sim starter home that they've done in the 10-minute build challenge. So if you do decide to do this, if you want to tag me in it, and obviously tag Spring Sims, then that'd be great, and we can have a look and see what you've done. I'll also leave a link to her channel in the description bar below, so definitely go and check out her video, because she was the creator of the challenge. So it's nice to give her a bit of love and a bit of support for coming up with this, because it is a really good challenge. Okay, sorry about that guys, my editing equipment decided to shit the bed on me. So what was I saying? Yeah, Spring Sims. So go and check her out, because it's always nice that if someone makes a challenge and makes the effort to go about and doing that, to go ahead and show them some love. And you may discover a YouTuber that you haven't discovered yet. You probably are already subscribed, but if you're not, then go and have a little check. As far as tagging people go, I'm not sure if it's a tagging challenge, but I will tag a few people just to see if they do fancy doing it. I do tag xUrbanSimsx, Khali Sims, Sofee Sims, and Sims3 Symbiote. I would love to see them do it. Obviously Wee Albert as well, but I know that he is away at the moment, so I don't know if he can record any videos, but if he can, brilliant. I would love to see him do it. And Simlinks. So do you know what? I'll just leave a list. I just tag everybody. But I'll leave a list in the description for those that I've mentioned there. I've got so many people that I love on YouTube, and I'm like, this person. But if you want to do it, then just go ahead and do it and upload your video. And I love watching it when these things spread like wildfire. I do really like seeing them. I think it's fun to watch other people's interpretation. So this is me just working on the outside of the house. I love to state the obvious as well, by the way. And I saw these wee plaque things, and I thought I'm going to put them up with the cow and the pig and stuff, because I suppose that's what you cook on a barbecue. So I thought, well, why not? Then I found those lights, which is like panel lights, and I thought that they were quite nice, and they lit up the place at night, which is obviously nice. And I think with this family, with them having like the pool outside, and I don't really know what kind of family would live here. I would like to say or imagine it's some sort of eco-warrior family, you know, that has got shipping containers and, you know, stacked them together and things. I would love to think that, and that possibly could be true. So let's just think that, shall we? So that's what we'll say. It's an eco-friendly family. Hence why we've got gardening pots and things like that. And I really do like how the house has turned out. I hope that you like it as well. I hope that you feel that it's the bee's knees. I don't know if it's the bee's knees, but it's definitely one of my favourites. Just working on the roof now. Like I say, I do end up curving the roof, but I'm not 100% sure about it. So let me know in the comments down below if you like the curved roof. It will of course be on the gallery, so if you want to download it, you just go to my origin ID, which is just the same as my YouTube, which is xSimSugar, and you'll be able to look at any builds that I do post on YouTube will be up there. So I have quite a number on there now, and you can follow me on there. So if I do upload something to the gallery, you'll get a notification if you're playing Sims, which is quite cool and keeps you informed if you like. There is no custom content whatsoever with this house, so I don't ever put custom content in my builds unless I state it. So if I do put custom content, obviously I'll tell you. So yeah, so this is me. I'm pulling down the windows because I felt like you maybe couldn't see for the lip of that roof, but you can. You definitely can. You definitely can. But like I say, I hope you like it, guys. Please leave a like on this video because it really does help. And if you have any challenges that you've heard of or you've seen that you fancy me doing, or any room requests or build requests, just let me know in the comments and I will take them on board and hopefully do some of them. But I love you loads, guys, and I'm going to show you the quick house tour now. Alrighty guys, so now you have seen the speed build. This is it in the flesh. This is the tour, so to speak. It can be hard when you're doing a speed build and a decorate to be able to show everything. So here we are. So as you enter, you are greeted with some fantastic big windows that you can look out onto your very own pool. I do love these doors. They came with Get to Work. To your right is the downstairs bathroom. Added these wee knickknacks, as you can see, and just try to make it a little bit more personal as you do. Over here is the living area, and you know, I think it came out really nice actually. See, when you go back to it and you look at it, I actually think it looks quite nice. As you turn to your left to go into the other areas, you've got this console table, and then over here we have the kitchen area. So you can see what that looks like, including a galley kitchen. Now I have play tested this and it all works. So that's what that looks like. Upstairs we have the hallway with all the knickknacks and some pictures, and then we have our lovely model for the day, Sasha. She's just on the computer, she's playtesting that she could get to that. I changed the roofing slightly to give them a little bit more room in this bedroom, so we do have a little bit more room. And then over here we have the master bathroom, and then over here we have the master bedroom, and like I say, everything certainly works. At the back you have your swimming pool with your lovely table painting, and also we have our barbecue with just these things up on the wall. I've also put this paper towel rack up here. Hold on, because I thought that would be quite cool. You can't use it unfortunately, but you can view it. And then this teapot, this is a lot smaller than that, but I made it bigger. So there we go, and we've got some trees over here with some flowers. Same over here, we've got a big tree in the back garden, so I thought that was quite nice. It made it look nice and mature. And I've just dotted about plants and whatnot round about here, and then here's your other tree. So this is my 3x3 house. I hope that you enjoyed it, guys. Please do leave a like on this video, as it really does help. And yeah, if you leave me comments in this, if you leave a comment in the box below, if you have any challenge suggestions or anything like that, let me know, and I'll certainly see what I can do. Love you guys.